Hello, beautifuls. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to Sounds of Her Love. We are here with Carrie. She is gonna tell us the situation, I believe. I'm not too sure. I don't really remember what happened. So, Carrie leads from in front, forcing me to divert my head in an act of politeness as to now look up her skirt. She can't see me anyway, so she wouldn't know if I did. Now is not the time for that, though.
This way.
It's slightly lagging, by the way. Her voice is firm as if she has found something inside of her that is pushing her forward, giving her the courage to speak. Inside, though, she must be nervous. The entire situation between her mother and father wouldn't be something she could easily talk about. I trace Carrie's footsteps with my own as we walk down the hall towards her room. Her body is rigid, filled with a composure of sorts. I can't imagine how long she must have waited for this moment to be able to tell someone, outside of her family circle, what her life has been like. An unsettled relationship between her parents, her absence from school, and experienced pure loneliness. All of that must have accumulated into an emotion of anger and misery, one of sadness. In a way, I'm glad I found her. Though I can't be the one to solve her problems, I want to help her. We walk into her room, Did she put her hair down? We walk into her room painted in beige. Carrie goes forward and starts to undo her braids, slowly letting her silky hair fall down straight. Why all of a sudden? A way I've never seen it, something different. I prefer her hair with the braids, but maybe that's just because it's how I'm used to seeing her. She still looks beautiful either way. Wow, dude, don't judge. Aww, she's so cute. Carrie rests her glasses on her nightstand and then takes a seat on her bed. You can see your undies. Put your legs down. Then takes a seat on her bed. The pink love-hearted embellished bedding gives off a girlish vibe. I still feel as if they suit her. She herself holds a downcast expression, the smooth skin of her hands, clutching her knees tightly. It'd be a cute pose if she wasn't plagued by the sorrow of her past, no matter how recent they may be. Although saying that a thin gap between her thighs is visible, leaving her underwear within view. I tried to avoid it earlier, but as Carrie starts talking, it would be rude for me to look away from her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For what? It seems out of place for me to ask. Carrie must have a lot on her mind she must want to say. Though I am confused by her gratitude. She thanks me a lot, too often maybe, but this time there is surely more of an important meaning behind it. Can I... Oh, shoot. Configurations. The music? Kinda loud. Louder than her. Oh, oops, sorry, no.
For offering to help. It really made me happy.
Isn't that what a friend should do?
Friends. That's right. You're important to me.
I mean, if you want to be more than friends, my guy is totally down for that. Carrie goes on, letting her emotions flow out from within.
When we first met, I was nervous. It wasn't even that long ago. Do you know why? Why I held myself back?
No, but surely you can see that you've improved. You can talk to me fairly easily now.
It's still there. On the inside. A lack of self-confidence. Even with strangers. People who don't even know me. Always get that impression.
Carousel acts as if she hasn't improved. I wouldn't know what she's feeling on the inside, so I can't be the one to judge. Maybe it's just because maybe it's just me she's gotten better with, which would be a reasonable assumption. I'm the only person that she converses with that isn't within her family. A group of people which is probably limited to just her father. It must have been painful.
It never used to be like this. Though I was always a quiet person. In the past, I never really had a good social life. There was this one girl who never really liked me. Thinking about it now still makes me feel sick and angry.
Why didn't she like you?
It was 2 years ago.
I want to ask her, why didn't she speak up for herself? But actually asking it would be rather spiteful. A lonely girl trying to study for her exams. It would have been quite a stressful time. Knowing the education system, they wouldn't have done much for her, or didn't. I don't know if she had I don't know if she had spoke to any teachers.
The year after, I was pulled out of school by my father. He knew something was wrong. So I spent the year at home. I told you I was ill, didn't I?
She lied to us about that? So that was a lie?
It was. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if she doesn't... The way she's, like, acting and stuff, it's not really ill. Like, she doesn't seem weak and health-wise. Accepting her apology would be wrong. She had a pretty good reason to do so.
After it all, I felt nervous. I couldn't socialize. I feared a reaction. If I went through that again, I wouldn't know what to do. Then I came back and met you.
Sorry, the voice doubled. So it wasn't easy for Carrie to open up to me. It almost seems as if I forced her to with how quick it had all gone. From a different perspective, I wouldn't be standing here now if she didn't want to get along. Nobody would outright refuse any interaction. It was just hard for her, for an understandable reason. That makes me feel happy that she had found what she had been looking for.
That girl had gone, so I went back. But I was still scarred with loneliness.
Who's that girl? Let's beat her up.
Everyone knew me from before and stayed away.
Why? They're rude.
But you were there, and you gave me an opportunity.
You're welcome, love.
That's why I want to thank you for becoming my friend.
Of course.
You mean a lot to me.
No. Carrie stands from her bed, finishing by giving me her warm-hearted regards. It's a thing she has always done during the time we've known each other. She's usually quite polite. This, however, is something much more than that, something special both to her and to me. Thank you. I'm glad I could be there for you. You're an important friend to me too. I told you before, didn't I? Carrie nods and smiles, wiping the melancholic expression clean from her face. It's a wonderful sight. To know that our friendship means this much to her really makes me happy. The pair of us stand together in the center of Carrie's bedroom, basking in the presence of the other. Around us is silence, barring the light sounds of traffic from outside. It's a lovely atmosphere, something which makes me feel warm inside. I don't know what her father is doing, but he must have realized we have gone. Luckily enough, we're not in my house, or my father would be in here the moment we left his sight.
So, I guess you got to see my bedroom.
I guess I did.
I want to see yours.
I don't think you should be telling a guy that.
Though, it's probably a bit messy.
Wow, judging. Out of nowhere, Carrie throws me a jab as she stands before me with a complacent grin. She's right, though. My room is a tip. If I ever did have the courage to bring Carrie anywhere near my family, particularly my father, then cleaning the room would be somewhere on the list of priorities. Well, what can I say? You should take pride in your tidiness. Carrie giggles at my statement, an act of familiarity, which I'm glad we could achieve. Moments ago, Carrie was recalling thoughts from a time filled with a wealth of dictionary words. Sadness, depression, loneliness, those sorts of words come to mind. Hopefully we can change the experiences of the past so in the future she doesn't have to look back on painful memories. If you didn't have that bookshelf, I'd try to see what your room would look like.
I take pride in my books. Thank you. Though, you're right. I like to look after them, but reading them comes first.
There's quite a lot of books there, though. Surely she hasn't read them all. Actually, I take that back. She probably has. That vacant smile as she stares towards a bookcase proves it. In all fairness, she's not the only one with a lot of books in her room. I couldn't even count the number of mine. All they do is gather dust in my room. As my room continues to be treated like a storeroom by my father, cluttering the house with all his publications. Was there ever a time where he actually wrote a book? Putting that thought to the side of my mind, I glance at the alarm clock beside Carrie's bed. It feels as if it's getting late. It's only 2 o'clock?
Oh, ignore the alarm. It's broken.
It seems as if we both had issues with faulty clocks lately. Nonetheless, if it wasn't for that, I doubt I would have met her in the first place. Realizing that I am in fact wearing a watch, I raise it up to check the actual time. Before saying it myself, Carrie's quick to the point.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah, I should probably head back soon. I can't even imagine what my sister might be up to. Carrie smiles, though that wonderful sight quickly turns back into a frown.
I'm sorry about earlier.
It's okay, Carrie. You don't have to apologize. In reality, it is her father's duty to apologize, even though I wouldn't blame him for his actions. It seems as if Carrie's mother, who is the loose cannon, Carrie herself definitely isn't fond of her. Shall we head downstairs then?
Yes, let's.
Carrie and I make our way out of her room and down the stairs, leaving behind what was both a special yet somehow depressing moment for both of us. Carrie had to recall the time she wanted to forget, but at the same time it made us closer. I now realized that she didn't even speak much about her family issues. That I can't blame her for, but it was the reason the two of us left the dining table. All I have to do now is wait until she's ready to speak about such things. Being able to help her is something I want to do. We walk down the hall towards the doorway, Carrie getting ready to see me off. I don't know where her father is, but I'll have to speak to him another time. Thank you for tonight, Carrie.
I should be thanking you. I'm glad you came. Despite...
Don't worry about that, Carrie. It's alright. Carrie smiles warmly, holding the handle of the door in her hand. I'm sure neither of us is ready to go yet, but I have to get back home nonetheless.
I'll see you on Monday.
She blushes, leaving me to give her a smile in response. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing those rosy cheeks. Alright, Carrie. I'll see you then.
Bye.
Shutting the door behind me, Carrie and I are now separated, myself feeling happy despite the cold of the evening. Her, well, I'm not really sure how she's feeling. In all honesty, I hope she is feeling better. Talking with her really made me feel closer to her, maybe even something more. I take my steps out of the garden, a pretty one at that. Each flower is so vibrant in the evening sunlight. It's quite a beautiful sight. It is Carrie's after all. The chirping of birds, the typical sounds in the morning, wake me up once again as I slowly but steadily prop myself upright and stretch my arms out. The room is still dark, giving contrast to my attitude this morning. It's strange to think that the first thing on my mind after waking up is Carrie. Although given the situation the other night, I can't really help it. Sure, my mind is amiss after Saturday. But with the roller coaster of events which have occurred, focusing on the positive seems to be the best thing to do at the moment. Carrie and I have gotten a lot closer because of it, despite our discussion involving nothing but her ruminating over her painful history. I've made up my mind. I want to help her, so I look forward to being able to see her today. It is Monday after all. I rise from my bed, deciding now is the right time to get dressed and ready for school. Downstairs, I can hear my father boasting about his business to my mother. It reminds me of my situation, how different me and Carrie really are. Time passes quickly, flowing like a river, guiding me throughout my day. I finish up my business, which involves nothing but a quick shower, brushing my teeth, and getting ready for another day at school. Heading downstairs is the next thing on the list. Walking to the dining room, I am presented with the usual sight of my family enjoying breakfast. Even my sister has managed to make it down here before me, which is quite a rare sight. I take my place next to them in order to have breakfast. Listen, girl, if you're going to have toast, it's got to be a whole meal. I prefer white bread, though. It seems as if my father is arguing with my sister over what bread they like the best. I myself prefer brown bread, but joining this argument would be the most idiotic thing I could do. Times like these usually go unnoticed. The fact that I can spend time with my family, to think that Carrie only has her father is an upsetting thought. Even more so since he's probably in work when she finishes school. She must be quite lonely. Boy, I was asking you a question. I turn to see my father's face inches away from mine, a sight which startles me. Oh, what? Thinking about Carrie must have caused me to shut off the outside world. Usually I'm not involved in these sorts of discussions, so it's rare for him to bring me into them. I said, what is better on toast, jam or honey, boy? I don't know, jam? In all honesty, I prefer butter, but again, given my own opinion, would accept the situation further. See, even your brother agrees. Don't take the opinion of someone who spaces out. I thought I was bad in the mornings. Two of them resumed their argument with me and my mother, trying to ignore the presence of the two idiots at the table. Breakfast today is the same as any other, for me. I wonder if Carrie is having hers right now. I glance at the clock, an action which sets my mind into motion once again. I'll be late for school at this rate. Is the clock still broken? If it was, then I'd definitely be too early. Not anymore, I fixed it. You have a watch anyway, what does it matter? Oh, right. Well, I'm off then. Goodbye, son. Alright, son. Hopefully you bring back a girl this time. Despite my father's continuous comments about girls, it is what I'm focused on today. I deliberately decide to leave earlier than usual in an attempt to beat Carrie to our meeting spot. I step outside, bidding farewell to my family with nothing more than a brisk wave. I look forward to seeing Carrie, a girl I have become familiar with. The rosiness of her cheeks, the silkiness of her braids, and that cute edge to her embarrassed smile. It's not something I thought I would find when moving schools. The street is quiet. It usually is around this time. I left just before the rush hour, and recently I have found myself trying to get to school a lot earlier than before. Maybe there's a reason for that. The reason, though, isn't there when I reached the end of the street. This is the place where I first met Carrie, and the place we agreed on meeting each other from now on. Carrie, though, isn't here. Granted, I did leave earlier just so I could be here before her. If I wait around a bit, I should be greeted to the cute sight of her being shocked to see me. Leaning back against the wall, I rub my brow as I take the time to think about the situation between us. On Saturday, I was privy to her life behind closed doors, having to be involved in a dispute between parents, but with the additional sense of loneliness. Thinking about it really makes me sad that she has gone through so much. Bullying, a divorce, and seclusion, all of that, and then there's me. I take a look at my watch, its reflection in the sunlight almost blinding me as I squint to make out the numbers. Time has gone by fast, with the dial telling me that it's been about quarter of an hour since when we were supposed to have met each other. Thoughts fly through my head as I ponder on why she could be so late, but if I wait any longer, I won't be able to make it to school on time. If she were to turn up after I left, well, it'd hurt me. Leaving Carrie behind is something I don't want to do, but I can't afford to be late either. Carrie is probably ill. That's the most likely scenario. I decide to carry on forward, taking myself further down a series of streets towards school. A state close to the silence soon becomes infused with the sounds of students bustling through the school gates to begin their day, just like me. Unlike them, I have someone in particular on my mind right now. These weren't there for Carrie when she needed it. These people weren't there for Carrie when she needed it. All they did was ignore her, casting her away. It's said that people can judge you based upon how they see you, rather than what's inside. Carrie herself, wherever she may be, has a hard time. I kept telling myself over and over, repeating it as if it's the times table I learned back in elementary school. Carrie must be ill. Could there really be another reason for her absence? Nevertheless, she seems like the type of person that would give me a call to tell me she would not be in. She hasn't done that, another cause for worry. I push forward into the school grounds. It's weird to think that this is only the 7th time I've come to school alone. The rest of the time I was with her. Why don't you call her? You have a phone too. Arriving in class just short of the bell, I sit down at my desk as usual. The best thing I can do now is go about my day as I normally would, but I don't think I'll be able to dissipate the thoughts of Carrie. Hey Michiko, do you know what lesson we have first thing? A classmate stands before my desk. I'm pretty sure this is the guy from before who's really keen on the sandwiches they sell here. I think it's biology. Alright, thanks man. He leaves my desk just as quick as he can, giving me a sense of sickness now that I realize I had to put up with lessons for a while. I'm not particularly fond of my biology teacher either, but I have more important things to focus on right now. All I can do now is try and get through this. Hit the mic again, because it's so close to my mouth. I don't understand why he hasn't contacted Carrie. He has a phone too. Lunchtime arrives, the bell doing more than signaling that. It shows that I've got nobody to eat with. I doubt Carrie has or will show up today. Rising from my seat, pain shoots through my back as I straighten it. I've been slumped in my chair all morning, and luckily enough for me, I never got asked any questions by my biology teacher. As I approach the doors of the classroom, parts of me hope to find Carrie there waiting for me. The entire set topped off with a cute blush, her silky golden braids lying loosely over her shoulders. More importantly, her adorable smile. Even though I've only gone just over a day without seeing her, it's still an issue. Despite all this, there is no sign of Carrie as I leave the classroom to make a beeline to the cafeteria. Maybe that 100% Welsh beef can give me the energy to make it through the rest of the day. Taking my place in line at the cafeteria, one is which surprisingly short. I added around waiting for my turn to order. Coming here still gives me thoughts of Carrie. It's where we really got to know each other, not necessarily where everything started. It's because I decided to speak to her in a whim that we managed to get this far. That was only a week ago. Thinking about it makes me happy at what we achieved over the past 7 days. Yet it eventually trails back to the thought of Carrie's issues. Soon enough, the line to the cold food section shortens again and again as we inch forward. One after another, people grab their food and leave to eat it, something I would be doing with Carrie if she was here. I decided to grab a sandwich, quick enough to get the last beef one, leaving me to find a place to sit in the cafeteria. The real problem is I have nobody to eat with, kind of like how Carrie was. I wonder if she would have approached me if our situations were reversed. With her personality, I couldn't really expect much. Even though she is a kind person, she wouldn't have the audacity to approach someone she had only met that morning. I decided the best thing to do is just go back to class. I can probably find someone to talk there. The corridor is empty as I walk back towards my classroom to eat lunch. Most people now would either be in their class or in the cafeteria, so it's rare to see any students walking about this time. Making my way past one of the classrooms, I notice the door open behind me as someone calls out. Hey, wait! You're Michiko, right? I stop in my tracks and turn around and find one of our year's form teachers calling out to me. I think he's in charge of Carrie's class. Yes, I am, sir. We're totally not gonna know what's gonna happen. He's most likely gonna give us her homework or something. So, yeah, that's what I can assume. But anyway, this is where we'll stop for today. I had to do a little stretch real quick. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.